Okay, good morning.
Morning.
Okay, so today I have had the pleasure of having my friend come along for a sauna today.
Hi.
And so we're going to just really judge the sauna as harshly as possible, I think.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's the fairest way to do it.
Yeah, I think you've got to be a bit harsh sometimes.
I mean, you're very experienced in your sauna-ness, aren't you?
I'm an experienced saunerer.
You're a saunerer.
Yeah, I've been to a few around England and other countries as well. This one's pretty nice.
You like
I've been
this
here
one?
a few times. I've come back, so it must be a good sign.
That's a good sign, actually. If you were to give this sauna as a standalone rating out of 10, what would you give this sauna?
I'd give it a solid 6.
Yeah.
Okay? It's maybe a 6 or 7 because it's got everything. It's a good price. It's reasonable. The sauna itself, it does get quite hot sometimes. Today it wasn't particularly hot, was it? The door was open quite a lot. So
the door was open loads, which really infuriated me. And when I first got in there, there wasn't enough room to sit on the side for a moment. And I sort of like stood up and I stood up on the bench to try and get heat and I moved around. And then when I was just stood there, I was like, my feet are getting cold. I was next to the door. There was a draft coming through the door.
I've been here before when it has been warm. So I know it's not the sauna that's the problem. Maybe it's the way that they heat it. Sometimes it takes longer to heat up or it's not like getting to that. But when the door opens here for sure, it doesn't hold the heat.
Straight out, isn't it?
And that's kind of a pet hate for me, that saunas that are so small or, you know, right next to the door and the heat just disappears and then you've got to build it back up. Yeah. For that, it loses a few points. It's good value. Like 30 minutes was $6.50 or something like that.
It's the price for me that makes my rating go up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know,
if it was 20 quid, it would be disappointing.
I'd be making so many complaints right now.
Yeah.
There is a geothermal pool here. There is a Lido, like with the sea swim sort of stuff. Until recently, or I don't know how recent it is, but me as a resident of this area, I can come here and swim for free, which I didn't know about.
Oh, that's good.
Which is really handy. So I got to get in there for absolutely nothing. But I think it's only about £3.50, no more than £6 to go in there. Anyway.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Cheers.
Thanks so much. Cheers.
Oh, we can judge the coffee now.
10 out of 10. Oh, that is
actually, it's really good.
Let's do a coffee review as well.
Coffee and sauna tour.
Plus, yeah, I mean, it has this lovely cafe next to it as well, so that's a bonus. It's got loads of really nice seats that you can, you know, you have your sometimes you have a sauna and then you're straight out in the wild, whereas this, it's like a nice transition. You can relax here a little bit. There doesn't seem to be any pressure on in and outs. You know, it's like you could have stayed for an extra bit.
I mean, they literally just like showed up, didn't they? The next session, so they just, you know, we were given a code to go into the room, which I didn't realize because nobody prepped me before I came in. I'm walking around like, I had to keep topping it up with water, which was a little bit annoying. And even though the temperature outside was saying 100, the inside one said 60, and I'm not sure it was hitting either.
It certainly wasn't 100.
It was not 100. I think that might be what it allows it to go up to, maybe.
Yeah. There is a little panel on the outside you can turn up and down as well, but I didn't notice that till the end. I think that sauna has the capacity to go up higher, but it wasn't the hottest today.
And the people in there were really lovely as well. I spoke to everyone in there. There was no rudeness. They were polite.
Yeah.
One engaged a lot in conversation, a couple didn't. And that's what you expect, really, isn't it? They weren't shitty or anything, so that's nice.
And the staff here are lovely. The
staff are amazing
really friendly here as well, and that's what you want, don't you? You don't want someone just to be...
Yeah. Well, when I got here and I said I was going to go in for a swim, and I said, I'm not sure if I can do it today because I've been like 3 weeks out of practice.
Yeah.
The dude in there was like, yeah, well, it's 9.5 degrees now. Look, it's just gone up. It's warm enough now. And with that pressure, I got in.
Yeah.
And I think if I didn't do that or didn't have that little extra push, I wouldn't have bothered going in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so it does make a difference to a place, I think.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a bigger business. It's not like an individual run place. So it's not like a sauna that you'll find just a barrel run by someone. It's a bigger, you know, business, and they, you know, there's people come and go, but on the whole, I think everybody here seems really nice.
Yeah.
You know, and that's nice.
And I look at the communities like inside the cafe at the moment. Like, they've got like a little mothers meeting there, which is like the most adorable thing. I hope that when I'm old, I get to do that too.
Yeah.
And we've got like couples and like people that own, and like it's. I mean, you can stick with your 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with it anyway because I've been to saunas that are, you know, and for me, nowhere's going to get a 10. You know, a 9 is like it's got to be amazing to get a 9, and 7 is like above standard. Whereas I think this was a good solid score.
I want to say.
Would you come back? Would you come back?
I would come back.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to actually copy your score and say 6 as well.
Okay.
Because I am thinking of things like where there are other facilities that could maybe get a score of an 8 or a 9 is because they've got drying facilities for things like my towel, my bikinis and things like that. And I can get back in and out.
There was also no cold shower.
No cold shower, but the sea is right there.
The sea is, are you allowed on your sauna ticket to go in there? That's the only
You're
thing.
not, no. Yeah, fair point.
So I think it's quite important to either have a cold shower or a plunge pool nearby.
Available with it.
I think that for me is like a point.
That's
you get a point for that.
Yeah.
You get a point for, you know, the sauna being boiling hot, you know. So it like today's visit, it got a 6, didn't it?
I think it's a solid 6. I don't think it could go any higher unless actually they could get a higher score by having a clean changing room.
Okay.
Because given that we were the first ones in today, it shouldn't be that disgusting. And I did find it disgusting.
There was lots of, it hadn't been wiped for a while.
It hasn't been cleaned before we went in today.
No.
There was a drain that was blocked.
Yeah, the drain was blocked.
God, it's going to sound so much worse now.
Yeah.
This is going to make it sound worse, but these are quite normal things in places like this anyway, aren't they? So
yeah, high traffic place.
Yeah.
It's going to get a lot of use, you know. You can expect.
But I did want it to be clean this morning.
Yeah.
That really put me off.
That sort of thing doesn't bother me as much. But like the block drain, now you mention it, was a bit like, okay, I'm now sort of
I was in
paddling pool.
Yeah, I was in someone else's shower.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I had to go and shower in the other one.
We are reviewing this as a whole experience.
As a whole experience, yeah, because it has to be the experience of the sauna. Because when I go to like a barrel sauna or, you know, like it's all part of it.
Yeah, because some people with their saunas take it very seriously. They have like 3 plunge pools and a couple of buckets, and you know, a couple of different temperatured saunas, and that's a different level, isn't it?
Yeah.
When we're talking like high level, you're probably paying more money for it.
Yeah.
So there's a bigger expectation.
Not necessarily going to increase their scores though, because if the value is wrong, they're going to score low.
Yeah, 6, which is why it follows through for me.
If that piece in there was like a 9, like, you know, like the right temperature for me the entire time, I think I'd give it an 8.
Yeah, it would bump it up.
It would change it completely.
Right up, yeah.
No, I'm sticking with my 6 out of 10 overall.
Yeah.
Plus other reasons, because they have like an inflatable, like a wipeout thing here and all that in the summer.
They have some nice events. You're saying the
full moon swims as well. I'm really excited about that. Yeah. And at the end of the season, every year, there's a dog swim. This place would probably get a 10 out of 10 if they could just fix that little bit.
Yeah, a few little bits to tweak, but on the whole, a nice experience. I recommend it to people.
And really good coffee too.
Great coffee.
How's your decal?
Delicious.
Yeah. Excellent. All right, on that note, thank you for watching. Thanks for being a part of this.
Thank you so much for inviting me along your journey.
This is exciting. And we're on the number 13 table. Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
What a lucky. Just a quick side note, you can park here. Easy peasy. Free parking, car park over there. And then just jump in the water. Bloody lovely.